Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks, and I was just playing around with this pattern. Came out pretty good, so I thought I'd share how I made it. But also, it's a two-sided lesson because you can actually do more with this than you think. I made all this with a triangle, so go to your polygon tool, three-sided polygon. Now I'm going to rotate it 30 degrees to kind of get it on the plane I want. And if you look, there are two that are backed up to each other, so I'm going to hit the plus key. I'm going to hold down the control button and make that one. Then I'm actually going to make a duplicate of that, and I'm just going to mirror these individually. And if you'll see what I mean, now they're touching the other way. And those two go right here. And then we need one more of these that goes here. So I'm just going to hit the plus key. And if you grab a sharp point and you have snap to, it'll snap right to it. Now we need one more of these. So I'm going to hit the plus key. I'm going to actually move it out of the way so I can get to that sharp point and see I'm on that sharp corner. Now we just need one more like that. So I'm going to hit the plus key and move it out of the way. And you could probably do this mathematically. Now, if I did a good job, the interactive filter or the virtual segment delete key will delete the lines without destroying it. And I made this shape. I double clicked on that line and it continued cutting. Now what's good about this is you've got this shape. I need to cut one more line. And then you could weld this, or I like smart filling it. So if you'll get your smart fill and fill it in, that sealed it up. Now to make life easier on this, left click, right click, we want that point and this point to be on a line. So I'm going to bring in an indexing line and I'm going to double click on the rotation. I'm going to move it to that node. I'm going to grab that node. I'm going to snap to the line. That'll make life a little easier. And, you know, if you want to figure out how to draw that, if you'll just stop the screen, stop the video. Now, we could probably do this, you know, mathematically, but all you have to do is hit the plus key and have it snap to that next one. Now, before we go too far, I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to take one and we're going to make this pattern I kind of came up with. Pretty easy. And there's a lot, before I forget, there's a lot you can do with this shape. You know, you can, it's almost like a tessellation in a way. You know, if you figured out how to use it, change it from there. Now, here's a good lesson. Because I moved it and my rotation's off, I could add 120, or I can take the Smart Fill tool. The Smart Fill tool makes a new object. So now if you look, I'm back to 0. I'm going to double click and have the rotation there, and I'm going to rotate it 120. I didn't make a duplicate, so I'm going to rotate it back to 0. Whoop. And then Control D again. See, there's basically a tessellation, because you could just keep going with that. If we made a duplicate of that and just kind of watch where you put it, there's a new three-sided whatever this is that we created with the other two. So now we're going to create this pattern. I'm just going to take a 2-point line and basically make a box or make a triangle inside of this new triangle. But I'm just kind of making like there's box lids coming off this. Now I'm gonna color the inside. See, I'm off a little bit somewhere. I could tell it. Yep. So you can always take your shape tool and have it snap to it. Because if the first one's off, the rest of them are going to be off terribly. Change your color. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this yellow. Fill them all in with yellow. Let's zoom in here. Take the interactive fill tool and click on one. Take the interactive fill tool and just move away kind of. And then add, you know what, let's make it green for this video. Just kind of add to it. If you can slide this bar, it makes it a solid green. Now, normally you could use the attribute eyedropper on this, but you were going different directions. So we need to continue. Okay, see what happened? I need to get off that and pick this and then get the interactive fill tool. because it actually put a green down there and it was trying to change the other one. Now I'm not going to spend a lot of time because you could spend a lot of time. So now pick that one, get the interactive fill tool, pick that green, and you could play around with this and add multiple colors. So the inside, we're going to get the interactive fill tool and just start moving and then hold down and make it elliptical and then make your circle a little bit bigger. So that's a really weird looking pattern. Now group this together, Control G. I must have made a copy of it. Control G to group it together. Now Control D to duplicate it, and because we're on that same line, it'll be a lot easier to do this. And then Control D, Control D. I'm not going to do a great deal of them for the video, but you'll just see, and then group that together, and then Control D, and grab, well, I'm lost. I was thinking, how did I get the other one there? Well, I just did this 5 minutes ago. You know what? I wonder if we mirror them the other way. Will they fit up there? Like, yes, that's much what I've done. Now you want to make sure that's dead on. And then, see, that's why you want to use one of the sharp corners with the pick tool right there, and it should snap right to that sharp corner. Pretty cool design. Then all you have to do is just grab it again, control, and now it'll be easier that we flipped it, because now it'll just go to the next block, and then you can Control D and have as many as you want. I don't think it looked as good as my original. That kind of looks like spooky, not spooky, but shadow, where this just looks like color. I'd almost want to start over, but you get the idea. And this is something, and I might even make a second one on this, on cloning it and make it so much better. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.